here we go. We're talking of cylinders today. I'm going to teach you how to break it down, use the formula, make sure you understand the different things that are applied, and how to type it into your calculator. All right, guys, look at the board. Do you agree with me? Do you agree that a battery is really a cylinder? Yeah? Shape of a cylinder? What about this Mountain Dew? Yeah? What about this rain barrel? Because are there cylinders everywhere in the world? Everywhere. Can we find one in the classroom? Oh, I found one. Can you guys find one? Yes. What? The clock. The clock? What do you think about the clock? Is the clock a cylinder? I kind of agree with him because it's 3D. So we could turn it sideways, and it's like a really squashy cylinder. Do you agree? Ashlyn's pen is a cylinder. What else? My water bottle is a cylinder. Diego? Totally. There's lots of cylinders. Well, not lots, but there's cylinders up on top of that brown shelf. Could the paper towels be considered a cylinder? Sure. Yeah, we got a barrel, our safety emergency bucket barrel. That's a cylinder. Jacob? The microphone I'm talking into? Totally. They're everywhere. Guys, I didn't put this on your notes. All you have to do is watch. Look at this. I found this awesome picture describing where the formula comes from. Now, is the formula even on here? Yes, I put it right here. So up on the board, this is the formula you're going to use for surface area. What do you think this S stands for? Yeah, we've been used to SA, surface area, but S can stand for it. So we've got 2 and pi. What have we been using for pi? What about the R? Okay, and then what about this H over here? Okay, so check it. This is where that formula comes from. So pi r squared, do you guys know what formula it's used for, Taylor? The area of circles. So look, it's like they smashed the cylinder. So do you agree if you smash, you stomp on it, and you're like the perfect stomper ever, that you would get 2 circles out? Yeah? So that's where the 2 times pi r squared, because there's 2 areas of circle. And then right here, to find this length, you've got circumference 2 pi r, and then you have to times it by height. Just a cool little picture. Don't stress about it. Okay, what you do need to stress about, though, is the differences between this number, 6 millimeters, and this number, 20 millimeters. Can I get a hand in there? This 6, where are you going to put that in your formula? Which one is the 6? What do you think, Izzy? Totally the radius. So be very careful about that. And then everybody shout it out. What are you going to use the 20 for? Totally. All right, one last trick is you look at the board, What if your picture, instead of saying 6 millimeters is that, what if it was the whole way across? What would you do? Because our formula needs to use the radius. Oh my God, tell me, what would you do? Perfect. It always happens. So don't stress. Cut it in half and then put it in the formula. All right, wake up your calculators. Are you ready? All right, we've broken down. Pi, let's use 3.14. R radius, H height. We've been doing this. You guys are really good at using. Oh, it's the same picture. How convenient. Okay, here we go. So this 6 is the radius, right? Why don't we copy down the formula first? So surface area, guys, make sure I do this right. So S equals, wasn't it 2 pi r squared? Because there's 2 circles. All right, copy it down. And then 2 pi r h, is that right? Yeah. Okay. All right, calculators down. We've got to start taking our notes first. Because if you type it in awkward, I hung the new order of operations poster that's awesome on the board. You've got to be very careful about order of operations. So what I do is I put this in parentheses. So I remember to do all of that multiplication first. And then I put this in parentheses, so I remember to do all of that multiplication next. All right, are you ready? Here we go, let's write it down. So surface area is going to equal 2 pi times what number squared, guys? Good job, 6 squared. Parenthesis plus 2 pi times what was the radius again? And then what was the height? Okay, pause. Make sure you have at least this much on your notes. Okay, now we're going to break it up into pieces on your calculator. So in your calculator, all I want you to type in is 2 times pi times 6 squared. What is 6 squared? Careful, it's not 12, it's 36. That's 6 times 6. So right now in your calculators, everybody clear it out. Type in 2 times pi times 6 times 6. And then I need a hand in the air. Tell me what decimal you get. What did you get? 226.08. Okay, raise your hand if you got the same part. Just for this chunk, we've got to break it up into pieces. James agrees, Lex agrees, Tristan agrees. Okay, now let's break up this part. So make sure you write that down. And let's just type this part in calculator. So 2 times pi times 6 times 10. These already have it. Penny, what'd you get? 753? Alright, 753 point what? 0.6? Okay, I'm going to say it again. Guys, break it into 2 steps. Do one thing at a time, and now all you have to do is add it, and you're done. So it takes some setup, but make sure you break it up in your calculator so your calculator knows what to do first. Okay, Sarah, have you already added them together? What'd you get? 0.68, and this is surface area, right? So we're going to put millimeters what? Squared. You're done. Just be very organized and you will survive this concept. Question, Casey. Casey's question was, should we do a 979.7 because the directions say to the nearest 10? Casey, that was amazing. Thank you for reading the directions. So best answer, 979.7 meters squared. Good job, Casey. Hope you're ready to try the next one. It's the exact same formula. We'll just have a different picture, right? Oh, number 1, there's a trick. Has anybody seen it yet? Cindy, what's the trick? It gave us the diameter, but we don't want the diameter. We need this part, right? Cindy, what is this part of it? Yep, it's the radius. And what does it measure? Totally, she said it's 5 inches. Okay, scribble on the picture. I do not mind. And now let's start using the formula. Okay, copy down the formula. Make sure I do this right. So surface area is 2 pi r squared because it's 2 circles plus the circumference of the circle times by the height. Did I get that right? I have to talk my way through it every single time. Grace, do you need to stress about memorizing that formula? No, it'll be on the reference sheet for you every single time. Okay, you do need to know how to apply it though. So this first one, put parentheses around it. So that'll be 2 pi times, what's the radius in this picture? It's 5, nicely done. So 5 squared plus, break this into parts, so do 2 pi times, what's the radius? 5 times, Ashlyn, what's the height? 8. Okay, break it into spots and just take notes. After you type it in your calculator, write down that number. Clear it out, type in the next part. So this first part, I see lots of you using your calculators. Type in 2 times pi times 5 times 5. Just 25, you guys are doing that. Alright, I need a hand in there. Help me out. What'd you get? 2 times pi times 5 times 5. Actually, I'll use the board calculator so you guys. Cool. Alright, I'll see if I agree with you to know. So 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 5. What did you say? Yeah. Alright. Plus, grab my calculator. 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 8. 251.2? Yeah. Okay. 2 into chunks. And now all we have to do is add those two together. So 157 plus 251.2. You got 408 points. Give me a thumbs up if you got it. Yeah? Okay, and it is in the 10 spot, like Casey pointed out. And we're talking inches, so this will be inches squared because it's surface area. Woo! Okay, we'll start the next one. Write down the formula. Ooh, nicely done. Okay, are there any tricks on the picture on number 2? Nah, looks pretty good, right? Alright, so write down your formula. Surface area, 2 pi r squared, because there's 2 circles, plus the circumference, which is 2 pi r times the height. Alright, here we go. So 2 times pi times the radius. Guys, shout it out. What's the radius? 3. Nice. 3. Don't forget to square it. Plus 2 times pi times 3 times 24. You guys want to erase on this one? Pause before we erase. How many of you are already done? You are? Okay. Rest of you ready to race? Use your calculator. I'll use the one on the board. I can talk my way through it. Okay, go, 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 go. Ah, calculator, ready. Alright. 5.2 plus 4.52 1.16 feet squared. Alright, how many of you beat me? Did you get the same? Did I do it right? I got nervous when I'm racing. You beat me, Alden. Guys, good job, good job. You picked this up really fast.